Hi there, it's Edie here. I help stressed out people own their lives through developing strong self-care practices, also known as habits. Today I'd like to talk to you about twigs. Let me tell you a story. Last year, in the spring, um, right before COVID time, it was early spring, late February, early March, when spring is starting to make a little bit of noise. And we lived in North Louisiana at the time. And in our mailbox, a little family of tiny little birds came and made a nest. When we observed the birds building the nest, one of the things we noticed is that they never carried more than one twig at a time. They're little tiny birds, and they carried one twig at a time, and they would fly away and get another twig and another twig. And they made this little nest in our mailbox on our front porch, and we got to see the birds as they hatched. Of course, we didn't see the actual hatching of the birds, but one day there were eggs, and the next day there were little tiny mouths poking out. And it was so cool to watch that, and to watch the little bird parents go back and forth with one worm at a time, or one whatever they were feeding them. I didn't, actually check. Didn't read the menu. And then one day, they were gone. They didn't give notice. They didn't give the 30 days rental notice or anything. They just flew away. But it made me wonder, how many of the things in our lives, the habits that we want to develop to be strong and healthy and to be more vibrant and lively and enjoy our lives even more, how many of them would be like wanting to take one twig at a time? That's not how we want to do things, is it? We want a front loader that brings all the twigs to the same place and dumps them, and then we can sort it out, and we're going to sort it out sloppily. But that's not the way it really works in life. We do one little thing at a time, one tiny little thing at a time. We start now, we start small, we start with one. You'll remember the 4 principles of forming a new habit are: you've got to remind yourself everywhere. You've got to make it so pleasurable. And you really, really need to make it small. And then you need to track and celebrate. You've got to pay attention to what you're doing. You've got to make it very small. I talked before about a friend of mine who started out her exercise program with 3-2-1. 3 squats, 2 sit-ups, and 1 push-up. And she gradually went up 1 more a week, and until she was at, I think, 30 squats, 20 sit-ups, and 10 push-ups, which is a little different story. And I do believe that she's continuing to increase it a little at a time, just not quite as rapidly as 1 a week was. You just got to start small, but you got to keep at it. So you got to start small, just like the birds did with the twigs. They made a beautiful home for their little family, and it was substantial. When I ever did clean out the mailbox with sadness in my heart that the little family was gone, it was a substantial little bird's nest. It did not come apart when I pulled it out. You can build something that will last when you start small. And that's what I have for you today. Listen, if these videos are useful to you, if it helps you think about things in a new way, I would love it if you would like and share. Like and share, because that's what people do on the internet. And also, if you want to hear more from me in a more consistent way, well, I don't know about consistent, but I have a YouTube channel under Shape Good Habits on YouTube. So Go check it out there. And if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.